I think, okay, yeah, it should be working now. So yeah, there are some technical issues these days, so sorry if there was a problem. Okay, I was just finishing writing a text on Discord. So today's game, it's the one between Sir Kallalot and Princess Dizzy, and I didn't change the thumbnail because this guy is a lazy one, so I will have to make an avatar once again for them. But maybe I'm going to do that later. But in the meantime, you'll have to use the previous thumbnail, even though the previous thumbnail is for Princess Dizzy versus Schmabenkel versus R-Knight. But anyway, so we have a royal match right now, which is going to take place between an anointed or a knighted or something like a knight, manifestly because it's a sir, versus a princess. So is the like what is the exact? She's the princess. She's not the actual king or queen. So does that mean that like what is the hierarchy here? And are they even of the same royal family? And does that mean that maybe one civilization is going to take the other one, and then the knight is going to have to fight for the princess, or maybe the princess will be under the control of the knights? And what happened? We're going to see that. And so just checking a bit the profile. So that's a guy who manifestly, I'm going to say he because sir. I mean like, this player plays a lot of games, and with a lot of defensives. I don't think it's purely random. Like this doesn't look exactly random, but it's still someone who knows mostly like all the defensives, as well as the most important maps. So that's a solid profile for someone playing in this tournament, or even tournament in general, for that matter. So one of the questions for this set is going to be, is Princess Dizzy going to try and claim back her title of GOAT, or even at least best in the tournament in terms of chat performance? Because Schmabenkel is currently the #1 in my opinion. And the GOAT is called Devilman. So I don't know if you have ever crossed paths with Devilman. His elo is somewhat similar, although he has progressed. So I think he's like 1,000 now. But I casted some games of his from some time ago. He was a beast in the chat. But I was gonna say, yeah, Princess Dizzy lost one set and won one set. And I think she needs. I'm a bit spoiled, but I'm going to pretend that I don't know. And I think she needs this victory to advance to the next stage. Although she's in the bracket 3, bracket 9, group 3, and there are fewer players there. So maybe that means that they don't need in this bracket, they don't necessarily need that much victory to progress, because it's more than half. Yeah, sorry. The last thing I was going to discuss is that Princess Daisy, we're going to see if she has progressed a bit on the way she plays, because we know that she's a very hyper active player and an aggressive one. But we're going to see notably if she can produce villages. That's one of the biggest things among. So Princess Daisy is going to ban the wall. I think it makes sense. Okay, she's going to pick Eledoia though, so I'm interested to see what her strategy on this map is. And it's going to be Wolf Hill, the pick for Sir Kallalot. And the first map is going to be Nomad. Okay, to be fair, the one I played was actually Nomad. Like I tried to see if it worked. I hope the games are going to be finished normally and not because of the patch. But yeah, I didn't know that the first map was going to be Nomad. Japanese are very solid save on Nomad, and Spanish are very solid on all of these maps, honestly. So, what a random pick? Okay, that's interesting. So, I don't know if DZ was too undecisive and couldn't decide what's it to pick for her opponent, but to be fair, it's not a very unlucky draw for Princess DZ POV because I'm just checking Discord. Yeah, no way. The Burmese are not a very solid save, honestly. So could have been worse. And then it's going to be the Turks. Okay, Disney. I think it was better when you let the dice decide because I don't know what you're doing, but these are very solid saves, especially for LLE or even for World Field. I'm not sure why you pick these saves. Maybe you let's check on this profile. So Hindustanis and Turks are average for Sir Kallalot. Yeah, I mean, if you check the profile, it's not horrible, but personally, I wouldn't have picked these saves for my opponents on these maps. And we are going to see the Vietnamese, the Chinese, the Burgundians. That's a very solid set, and I mean that for Princess Dizzy POV. So both of them give saves that are a bit surprising to me. And one thing that I always say is that this is a set where you have some variety. And variety is what you really don't want to give your opponent in this tournament format. Because I think it's better to just give similar saves to your opponent. And then they are not going to be able to pick one save for this map and one save for this map. And also they are not going to be able to surprise you. And so it's predictability. I think it's better to have a predictable set with many homogeneous saves. Dravidians are very solid on Nomad in particular. So it's going to be... Okay, that's a lucky one from Dizzy. Maybe she can pick... Honestly, she can pick any other of these from the end of the year. I'm not sure for Nomad. There's no one that strikes me, but I think they're good in general. I think the Vietnamese are very solid for Nomad. Yeah. But I'm not going to say anything more because I'm always bad with the guesses. So we're going to simply jump to the games. Hi Dizzy. I see you on chat. That's super interesting. Okay, so I guess the dice knew what you thought. Hindustani are weak to early infantry aggression. That's not wrong. To be honest, that's not wrong. It makes some sense. Yeah, we're going to see if you can play this infantry aggression. We're going to see that. And Turks are weak to open early play. Yeah, that's fairly true. But the problem is that you can't decide on which map your opponent is going to play. So if you try early aggression with the infantry on Nomad, on Eredoia, your opponent should be able to counter. So we're going to see that. And there was a chance I could grab Hindustanis too, and I love playing them also. Okay, I get you. I often like to play civs that this one that I can play, but it's also I can play with them and I can play against them. I think it's an important part of it. But in any case, it's going to be on Nomad. It's going to be the Turks actually. So the random the random steal, and it's going to be versus the Dravidians, which are indeed very solid on Nomad. So that's what I noticed. So it's the previous version. But that being said, I tried it and it let me play it until the 32nd minute. And I think it's the end of the game, so it should be okay. Oh, sorry. I actually kind of spoiled you as well, but I just forget the number I just told you. Okay, it's very laggy though. I'm bothered by the fact that I can't hear the game. Nice, it's good, it's good. So, Kallalot is taking some time. I think... Okay, we have the first encounter here, and the first steal. What is Kallalot doing? Okay, that's a decent one, to be honest. But you need to make the TC as early as possible. Yeah, DC is slightly earlier than Kallalot. And we're going to see a lot of aggression, potentially, since they drop that DC so close to each other. If it comes to early aggression, I mean, especially if they are that close, I'm giving more like I'm expecting more from the Dravidian player because I think Dravidians have better like potential for the early game. The Turks have the scouts, but you don't necessarily need the scout when you're just the other corner. Okay, this is very very interesting. So we're going to get Loom very early. Nice job by both of them because they recognize that they have to cut the wood first, so they can send some fishing ships as early as possible. Both docks are actually very good. Look at that. So you have 3 spots of fish just next to the dock, so that's a great dock. And this one is great because you have a fishing spot which is like literally in front of the dock. So both are good. And we're going to get the first fishing ship for DZ, and we already have one for Sir Kallalot. Let's check a bit the scouting. A nice job. First lure boar, I guess. Evet. No. Okay, very indecisive villager. That's a decisive villager. He doesn't know what he's doing. Oh, that's super interesting. You see how the moment... Okay, to be fair, I think this is a bug though. I'm not sure the player can see that. I think it's just the player can see that the ship is has changed sides, switched sides, but I don't think they can see that there is a TC. All right. To this point, it's quite a even game. But what happened? Hey neighbor. Okay, they just realized that they are close to each other. I think it's Kallalot specifically who realized that. Hello neighbor. I played Nomad just the other day for my 3rd set, and I also had this inside pool like this, and I was like, it was very confusing to me. And also I was dropped in a like my villagers, they were on place like here, yeah, like here, and there was pretty much nothing. So my villager had to walk like first I was what happened was that my opponent was always taking some time before they launched the game. So like 2 minutes, I had click ready, but they weren't doing anything. So I was like, okay, I'm going to just rush to the bathroom real quick, and I'll be back, and it's going to be okay. And when I'm back, the game is already 20 seconds in. That's the first. It was the third game, and then additionally, my villagers, they couldn't find any wood. It was like this for a very big part. And on top of that, on the west, you had this big pool, and I didn't understand, like, is this the edge of the map? What is this? It was a very confusing generation. Nice walling by Daisy. Okay, I'm not sure what happened, but the fruit collection from this is not great, though. Okay, yeah, unfortunately, Dizzy didn't realize that there is this fishing spot, so there is one fishing ship that goes all the way to here, and one that goes to here. So that was great, but I don't think that can explain the whole of it. Like, maybe she... Well, she didn't take the... Did she take the boar? I just don't understand why there was so little food from Dizzy. Especially compared to Sir Kallalot, who has already clicked. So it's going to be a rough early feudal age for Dizzy. Well, part of it is that Dizzy is getting a bit extreme on the wood collection. So you should switch a bit on the food. At this point, you don't necessarily need to only produce fishing ships from one dock. You could really consider sending a villager here and making a dock here, or even making one here. Okay, we have a new boar from Dizzy. That's going to help, but she's still going to be like 2 minutes later than her opponents for KCIP. And you need to finish the wall as well. You need to make a house here or something. Or palisade walls. Okay. Okay, the Sir Kallalot is a very like, he's a decent man, so he doesn't want to aggress Dizzy early. Yeah, Sir Kallalot is absurdly defensive. Like that makes very little sense, honestly. Like, Sir Kallalot is a feudal age 2 minutes before his opponent. He has all the time to aggress Dizzy with mana times, but no, decides to only make walls. And we do have dock in the inside pool from DC. It's with this dock you can make some demo ships, and so when the opponent, you can manage to get the opponent to get like to send the army from here to here, and then boom, you get a big demo shop here. You can potentially kill a lot of units. Okay, first mana time from a circle a lot, but just one man, so it's not really enough. So this is not producing villages, but I'm not going to say that this is a big mistake. Like, there was some pressure, and this is going to decide if she wants to, like, how much she wants to invest into army right now, and how much she wants to invest into progressing to the next stage. So maybe she wants to basically, like, have as many villages as possible on wood. Just make the 2 buildings and then she can move to the next stage. Not a fan of this though. I think this is a kind of a waste of wood. But honestly, to be really honest, if Sir Kallalot had been aggressive, it was game over, I think. Sir Kallalot could have destroyed the economy from DZ. But Sir Kallalot is way too passive. Too defensive. A very noble man. He's waiting for DZ to be ready before he attacks her. He has the chivalry code. And we have a nice dock drop from Dizzy here. Well, there's not that much fish though. So at this point, you want to make a dock here, for instance, and then you, or even here, and you send all the fishing ships here, so they can work on the new dock. Again, we have a castle edge click from Kallalot. So I think Kallalot is thinking that it's not allowed to attack their opponent in Feudal Age. Like there is a rule, or it's the Morval code. For some reason, it's just not possible. And we have the castle edge click by Dizzy as well. Almost in the same time. Alright, some a little feudal aggression in 22 minutes. Never too late, I guess. Ooh, and a very ballsy castle drop from Sir Kallalot. But Kallalot cannot see that there are buildings here, so it's going to make it a bit awkward for the villages. Yeah. Okay, that's an excellent TC. That's an excellent spot though. Let's see what the reaction from DC is going to be. Well, DC, what you doing? Okay, I was very focusing on Kallalot. What is this, DC? What is this? You have 1,000 food, 1,000 gold. What are you spending your resources on? Okay, we have a nice TC here. Like Dizzy just needs 2 buildings, and then she can already click Imperial Age because of that. But that would make no sense. I'm not suggesting that for serious. Like at this point, you can make a bunch of infantry. You can make you need some military buildings first. So you do need the wood, but then you can make the like archers. You can make yeah, you can make a bunch of archers. That'd be great. You have many options. Just spend the rest. Ouch. Okay, you can make siege as well. Siege is going to be a bit more difficult because archers, they don't need that much wood. But siege really requires a lot of wood if you have a nice army. But I think it's going to be okay. Like we have a nice wood economy right now. So in the meantime, Sir Kallalot is still defensive all the same. So Kallalot is just waiting. Both players are really waiting. Like I've known DZ more aggressive, and Nomad is a map that really pushes for aggressiveness, but DZ isn't doing much honestly in this game. Yeah, I noticed that DZ was became second in the score lead, and that's because of the imp click. I think this is a mistake. Like what are you going to do with this imp? Oh, to be fair, it's the Turks. I forgot it's the Turks. Okay, it makes a lot of sense. I changed my mind. It's actually a good decision from DZ. Because you have free chemistry, you immediately have access to the BBC. So yeah, it makes sense to go to imp. But the economy is going to be very difficult though to sustain. I think I would prefer here a TC instead of a mining camp. Like you have the gold, you have the ostriches, and you have the wood. And you are not producing villages right now, so that's a big issue. Okay, we have Sir Kallalot sending an elephant and checking if his opponent is ready to counterattack military. Kallalot is going to attack only if his opponent is ready. That's what I get from this game. And Kallalot is not going to send any more army because he could see that DC was not really ready. DC had to fight with the villagers, so that shows that she's not ready. So Kallalot is going to be very slow in producing army because of that. Because Kallalot is a very gentle, is a very decent man. A gentleman. Okay, we have the imp, so let us see that. This is going to be a crucial moment for this game. She could also make some hand cannoneer as well. BBC hand cannoneer. Yeah, it's going to be both of those. Okay. Housing issue right now. Just yeah, I think I will just attack the castle immediately. I think. Okay. Be careful with the... Okay, the elephant is might be going for the... That's a big issue. No. And the problem is, hand cannoneer are not really great to fight against elephants, so you'd want to make some... You can't fight. You can't fight with the villagers for the whole game, so... DC needs to make some meat shields for her army. Yeah, be careful, be careful, be careful. Yeah, finish them first. Okay, good. Just make some, like, there is a barrack here. No, that's not the thing that you want to research right now. You want to just make infantry, and then you are going to be able to protect to protect these. I think pikemen would be enough. Like for as a reminder, arson gives you bonus for infantry attacking buildings. And right now we have no infantry, so there is no reason to make to research arson. So the castle is down though, so that's a big thing. And now this is going to go for maybe the barrack, maybe the tower, maybe the TC. Nice raid, by the way. We have some elephants from Sir Kallalot. But just as a reminder, Sir Kallalot can win the game easy. If Sir Kallalot just makes a bunch of army, whatever the army, just make a bunch of them, and then it's won for Sir Kallalot. It's really a matter of spending. The BBC is going to be down though, and we have a new castle drop from Sir Kallalot. Shift of momentum right now, right there. Dizzy, I think Dizzy, look at your rest. You can justify a bunch of make some more robot cannon, please. Oh, counter castle. It's unfortunate because Dizzy cannot see this stone spot. Otherwise, she could have put the castle here. This would have been even more hard for. Although to be fair, that one is more protected. It's more easy to build. Desperate villager attack by Sir Kallalot. That's a crazy game. I knew there was a problem with the sound. The sound was coming from my computer instead of my headphone. So the castle is going up. It's very close, it's very clutch, but the castle is going up. And that's a big deal. I like one thing from Dizzy is that she's spending. And she's winning because she's spending. That's the importance of sheer spending. I think at this point, Dizzy, it would be possible to make pikemen. That being said, I think it's better to keep making monks like you're doing here. I think that's great. You do have the gold to justify it. Sir Kallalot still has a bunch of resources in the bank. So it's still technically winnable for Sir Kallalot, but I don't think Sir Kallalot has the energy to push back. And the GG is called. It's very unfortunate when you GG with that much rest. But honestly, I've seen games with more aggression from Dizzy. But I guess Dizzy was more focused on the Imperial Age. I didn't realize from the beginning that she was going to play a pure Turk fast imp, which made a lot of sense to be honest. Yeah. So that was game 1. See, you see, the problem is this. Like, to be... Dizzy at least had a plan. So even though she was very... She barely made anything from in Feudal Age, at least it was for a reason. But Sir Kallalot had no reason to not just spend and destroy Dizzy. Kallalot could have won quite easy, honestly. And the problem was that Kallalot was way too... Like, I don't know if it's a problem or if it's just like... or if we have to praise Sir Kallalot's gentlemanship. The fact that he was not attacking and stuff, but... Yeah, this game was winnable for Sir Kallalot. Well. So, the second game is going to be the Wolf Hill one, and it's going to be the Slavs versus the Vietnamese. So I hope there's no issue with this one. Once again, because of the patch and stuff. Doom doom. Warfield. Grrr. Okay, I'm not sure what the story behind this is, but interesting. We have some bias against Warfield for some reason. Dizzy hates this map. So Sir Kallalot, as a reminder, is playing the Vietnamese, and because of that, the Lithuanian dream. Yeah, true. Fair point. That's exactly it. And Sir Kallalot belongs to nobility, to knight. So rigged. You get to see my TC location rigged. Yeah, exactly. So Dizzy knows about the Vietnamese bonus. You do need to learn some punctuation though, Dizzy. Like you clearly needed an exclamation mark here, and one here. Otherwise, your sentence is a bit difficult to read. It took me some time to understand. Viperman hacks. Okay, I'm not sure exactly what this is about though. I'm not sure if this is on purpose, but this is going to be wallable. Okay, a bit of chaos right here in Dizzy's base. Wait, where's the wood? Okay, interesting. Dizzy is not going for the wood right now. Taking her time. And it's absolutely not a mistake. It's something I like to say, is that you don't necessarily need to make your lumber camp so early, as the meta tells you to. Okay, not the best lure. And that's unfortunate, because if you lure it here, now your villagers, you're not going to be able to click in below as to get your villagers to work on both at the same time. So it's a bit of it's quite some food waste here. Okay, I think we had some TCA from idle TC time from Dizzy once again. You can see that here. Okay, good timing for the lure. Go. No, not this way. Okay, it's a bit unfortunate. The villagers should have went this way. What is this chaos? What you're doing, Dizzy? Why are your villagers not just working on this? And why is not your TC not producing? What's happening, TC? Okay, she was don't blame me. Else you go to the damn hell. Well, it's too late anyway. But I guess she just the fact that the scout is strolling around. Interesting approach. So Kallalot is going for some infantry aggression, which is a bit special on this map because you're very far from the opponents. So to be fair, Kallalot knows where TZ is, thanks to the bonus, and also the scouting. But it's still a bit special. Notice the difference in the number of villages. That's all because of the idle TZ and the chaos. That's why it matters so much to keep producing villages. Like right now, like the difference in the number of villages is going to stay for a long time. So it's going to be every minute. It's like it's 100 every minute. Kallalot is producing 100 more resources than DZ. Think about this: 100 every minute, and this cannot be changed already. I don't know if this is planned, but this is a crazy idea. Kallalot is luring the wolves to this base. That's crazy. I love this. Nice, and going for the villagers on the wood. Okay, and Dizzy loves it. That's a crazy move. Oh my god, these walls are so effective. I'm saying wolves, but this is incorrect. Wait, this is a wolf, but these were panthers though. Oh, and Kallalot keeps going, but no, these are not. Fair play. That was epic. Yeah, I agree. But it's unfortunate because these ones didn't manage to reach the villages on the berries. It was close, but no cigars. I've heard that phrase. I don't know what it means, but okay, a bit of chaos because Kallalot was all focused on this base, but it was worth it. He can resign now. I did what I came to do. Okay, so yeah. But you see, DZ had a plan for Nomad with the Turks, and now Kallalot had a plan for this map. I appreciate it. It's funny because this is the great TC spot, but TC spot is poisoned because of the animals. Wait, when I saw that, I was assuming that this was from Sir Kallalot. I did not expect this to be from Dizzy's. I didn't realize. So Kallalot is going to go for archers, which makes a lot of sense. For many reasons. But meanwhile, We're going to see some surprise attack from DZs. From DZ. DZ once again is having some big idle this time. Nice tower. Defends the wood, it defends the gold. Even defends the last berries, so that's a nice tower. And it's going to be up before the archers can reach it. I think it would have been even better if the archers had come at the end of, like, just before it was finished. Because then the tower could have attacked the archers, but... Nice job by, I'm not sure if this was intentional by Kallalot, but the wolves and the panthers managed to go to the TC. And one thing which is great from the Kallalot, I think it would have been better to aggress more with in feudal, but it's also not a bad thing that Kallalot is going to be able to reach Castle Age very soon. Meanwhile, this is not producing villagers, and is really waiting before she makes the big move. Okay, something is coming, but okay, the upgrade is coming now. I love how the villager, I think the villager's positioned himself very intelligently. So here the villager is very difficult to spot. It's like he's camouflaged in the houses. Nice job. Nice reaction, by the way. Here. You can snipe the farm. The very brave villager. But she's going to make it. Nice. What you doing? Okay, this actually is absolutely ballsy. And the castle is coming. At least destroy the houses, yes. But this is going to need to find some solution against the archers. At this point, yeah, I was going to say at this point, maybe you just want to go to Kallalot. This is some skirmishes, it seems. No. But Dizzy will have to find a solution to... Yeah, it's going to be very difficult for the food production for some time. This is getting a bit impatient, a bit frustrated, it seems. Good reaction by Kallalot. And the problem is, Dizzy can't really go for archers of her own for various reasons. And she doesn't really have the food economy to make infantry or skirmishes. At least to make enough of them. So, a solution could be to go for siege. That would be a play. Otherwise, she just cleans the base and she rushes to get food back to the economy. That would be the idea. But we are going to see siege, actually. And the good thing with siege is that it can reverse the momentum, because a few good mega shots, or sometimes scorpions, it can make a big difference sometimes, especially versus archers. Keep in mind that at this point, all things aside, like it's more complicated than that, but you can have an estimation that Kallalot is producing about 200 more resources every minute, and 200 more resources, this can be traduced into about let's say 8 archers. In theory, Kallalot is able to produce 8 extra archers versus Dizzy. Think about this. Because of the difference of number of villagers. That's why it matters so much. And then you can snowball. So when you invest a bit less in the economy, to invest more in the military, it's in order to aggress the opponents and manage to weaken their economy, or in order to defend your economy. That's the reason. But if you can't damage the economy enough, like if you can't damage the enemy's economy enough to justify for the loss of your own economy, then it's not worth it. To be fair, it's not just damaging the economy, it is also, especially at these levels, damaging the opponent's mindset, so to speak. As well as the positional like, as well as the, how to say that, the positional strength, the potential for the opponent. So it's going to be 2 CC versus 1, and this CC is absolutely great. It's on gold, it's on stone, it's on wood, and there is already space for farms. And this is not producing villagers. Although to be fair, it was a bit of a, it was kind of a chaotic game. So at least I want to see some great action. Blam blam, nice job. You have 2 raids at the same time. And I would imagine Dizzy to be focused on this one and her opponents to be mostly focused on the other one. Yeah, Dizzy is focusing here. She doesn't care about her own base. Attack the villagers, attack the villagers. No, the villagers, the villagers. And that's why it can be interesting in these situations to add an extra villager next to your main general. That villager is going to be the siege engineer or something, and he's going to repair the main generals. It can make a big difference. So yeah, we have one gunner down, and the other main general is going down. It was a nice raid, but they are not enough to finish the TC. These cavalry archers are making a lot of jobs, a very excellent job. That's getting very difficult for Dizzy. Yeah, and Kallalot is really on point with the micro. Kallalot is not good with the macro, especially the production, but the micro is here. Except this one time. I mean, Kallalot cannot... Oh, that was a clutch relic. No, drop the relic, drop the relic. No, that's unfortunate. At this point, the TC can go down because there's no villager here. I didn't notice this, but look at the difference in number of villagers now. Kallalot has been so preoccupied with his own attack as well as defending his base that he has not produced villages for a long time, it seems. Yeah, the TC has... Look at this, look at this, look at this. That's what I'm saying. Sir Kallalot, you have... Like, there's a word for this. In French, it's... What is it in French? Like, when you... Okay, I need to find the word. Don't spend. Wait for when you don't want to spend money. No. Cheap skates? I've never seen that. No, I think that's better. Where can I kind of find the game? The word. I need the words that you say when you don't want to spend your money, because that's what Kallalot is. And it's so absurd because Kallalot could easily win the game just by spending the money. Okay, the TC is going down. No, there was some teleporting here. But you see, I think one of the main problems is that, in a sense, these are great units, but in a sense, they are absolutely terrible units. And I think that Kallalot would progress if he was not using cavalry archers. So, why do I say this? Well, the reason is simple. If typically you check for Kallalot POV, I'm sure that 80% of the time, during the last minutes, he was microing the cav archers. And because of that, he was not caring about the economy, not caring about making like actually more barracks and stuff and units. Also, the house's location is pretty bad. Like Kallalot is completely focused on the micro, and is completely forgetting the macro, and that is the big issue for Kallalot. And part of it is that Kallalot is going for heavy micro units. And the thing that Kallalot should realize is that because of the economy difference, almost any unit could work. Virtually any unit could work against DZ. It's just a matter of producing enough of them. It shouldn't be a matter of micro. It should be a matter of producing. When you are in advance in economy, when you have more economy than your opponent, you shouldn't focusing on micro. Micro, you should focus on it, especially if you are below your opponent in economy, and you want to change the momentum by the micro. It's crazy because with all this is actually in the lead in terms of the number of villagers. That makes no sense. And all the relics are going down for. That's a big deal. That was one of the reasons why Kallalot has this much gold. And I guess maybe this villager is contemplating making a new... Well, he can just repair it, though. Just repair the monastery and you're good. At this point, DZ, you should contemplate making cavalry instead of infantry. Infantry is good, but when you are facing that many cavalry archers, it'd be great to just send a bunch of cavalry, and they're going to do the work for you. To be fair, she doesn't have that. Okay, this is because of her strong economy. This is getting back in the economy though, because of the number of villagers. I meant. So yeah, DZ could make a bunch of knights. And we're starting to get some like to see some patterns in Kallalot's play. Kallalot loves to make to drop castles. That seems to be a big thing for him. This game is so absurd. No, I don't think this is the play, Dizzy. Just relocate the economy elsewhere, I think. It's too late to deny this castle. Yeah, go back. She's going to bunch to lose a few villages. Yeah, that was that was not worth it. She should have just sent the villages elsewhere. But you see, the solution for both players is very simple. It's just to make military buildings. That's what they lack. Just military buildings. I think the best for Dizzy would be a bunch of knights. Attack the villages. Attack the villages. Attack him, attack him. Him. Nice. I think it could be a play to just go for imp. I think that would be an option. For both players. But, I mean, for Kallalot, it's kinda obvious, because whatever Kallalot does with the money, it's going to be great. But even in the situation of Princess Dizzy, you make a bunch of traps. Like, you don't know what to expect from Kallalot, but it could be that Kallalot is not going to go for imp forever, actually. It could be. So in this situation, you'd want to have the trap as early as possible. Nice job by Kallalot. Be careful, be careful. No, send out the infantry before. Good micro by, but you see, it's good micro from Kallalot, but in the same time, it's bad that the micro is good. The fact that the micro is good is very bad, because Kallalot should not be focusing here. That doesn't matter at all. If Kallalot ever sees the my casting, this does not matter at all. Like, you shouldn't give a shit, honestly. That's not the problem. The problem is that you can just destroy it easy with just by making army. Just make a bunch of siege. Like here you have wait. Yeah, I think you have enough for something like including the tech to go to onagers. You can make something like 10 onagers. You can research onager and make 10 onager, along with maybe 20 pikemen or something. Or a bunch of rams as well. And with 10 rams, you can destroy the whole base from Dizzy. See what Dizzy is doing with her rams. Oh, be careful. Some friendly fire here. Okay, the trap is coming. Kallalot. In one hand, this is great, but in the other hand, you are researching the tech to get more gold. Look at this, Kallalot. What is this number? How many figures are in this number? Do you really need more gold? Like, is this the priority? Is the priority to get more gold? Please find me the words for the people who don't like to spend gold, who want to have as much gold as possible. Because that's really what Kallalot is about. The castle is going down though. But Dizzy has this other economy, and that's a big deal. Yeah, I think the castle is going down. Oh, nice reaction. Nice job by Kallalot. You see how many scorpions you can make easily? Like, you can make all these, and you still have that much rest left in the bank. So you should have made them before. Ah, I said the castle was down, but actually no. Nice job. The forest is not your friend. Look at that. These three villagers are so heartless. They literally left Job to slow down the walls. I like how they are like guarding the relics. But you see, Dizzy, if you watch this, the fact that you are spending so much, because you are still fairly good in this game, in these two games, at spending. The fact that you are spending helps you to keep competitive in the game, even though you have a very losing position, and you started with and you didn't make enough villages in the beginning, which was a big deal. So you were really late, and you arrived in a very losing position. And in spite of this, the game is still quite disputed. And that's all because you are better than your opponent at spending the resources. And at being aggressive. Ooh, nice job. But unfortunately it's just going to be 1 or 2 relics. Unless you can honestly you can just send the rams though. I hope that you are going to realize that the rams are actually super good to fight against scorpions. Let's go. Like, they still have some sort of bonus against the rams, which is that they deal 0 melee damage, which actually makes a difference. But yeah, just attack them, attack them. Fight, fight, fight. No, what you doing? Send the infantry. Wait, where is the old man going? Okay. Remember that a solution for you, Dizzy, could be to just use shift key, because your monk shouldn't be waiting here. If you use a shift key, you can do click, 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 and then you don't need to watch after them once you've done that, just by using a shift key. Also, Dizzy, you're not producing villages right now. Like, I think that 20 or 30 minutes ago, you had like 30, maybe 40 villages, and now you have 10 more. That's a big problem. Okay, there we go. But remember to make villages pretty much all the time, honestly. At least as long as you don't have 100 villages. When you reach 100 villages, you can consider stopping the production of villages, but not before. Or in some cases, when you really need to spend the resources on something else. But I don't think this is particularly the case. But Kallalot has this very same problem. Kallalot is not producing villages at all. Like, Kallalot had this exact number of villages 40 minutes before. This makes no sense. I think you should relocate a bit of the economy to here, because your opponent is going to be able to push gradually through here. If you have some economy here, it's going to take a very long time before your opponent can do anything about it. You should keep making TCs and keep producing villagers out of all the TCs. All the TCs. Click with the select all TCs hotkey. Also, keep cutting the relic speeds. I think it would be easier to just make Meganods instead of Grams. Like, I think this Ram has not killed a single Scorpions yet. It's always the infantry that does it. But you see, your economy is not bad, Dizzy, but just make villages. Click on the button and make villages. It's so crucial. You need to have, you need to remember at all time what is your hotkey for producing villages. You click on the hotkey for select all TCs, and then you click on the hotkey for, you click on shift, and on the hotkey for producing villages. You do that every other minute, and you're good. What does H mean, Dizzy? It's your hotkey? Ah, counter monk attack by Sir Kallalot. Kallalot, sorry. Oh my god, I didn't realize that. I thought this was just a random name. But the name just means to kill a lot of units. That's so obvious, but I didn't realize. He's killing a lot. But honestly, his name is a lie, because Sir Kallalot is not really killing a lot of units. Sir Kallalot is very... Like, Sir Kallalot is pretending to be someone very aggressive and genocidal or something. But Sir Kallalot is actually a gentleman, always waiting for his opponent to be ready. Very, very defensive and passive. That's very crucial. I think this might win the game for Dizzy, especially if Dizzy were to make some siege and or some skirmishes alongside them. Skirmishes would be great. I think skirmishes would really add something to Dizzy's army. You see, Dizzy, you could have taken the relics. Like these were easy relics, easy picks for you. Okay, send them out. Nice. Bam, bam, bam. Just rebuild the TC after the Travas are gone. Excellent counter attack. Nice, the TC is up again. Simple as that. Nice, the excellent job by Dizzy. The rams are once again occupied, and the castle might be going down. Like with the 4 rams, I think it's doable. With infantry to protect it and add some. Just destroy the trap. The trap is taking so much space. Send the infantry out. A bit of it. Send infantry out, Dizzy. Nice. Wait, there was a big bug here. That makes no sense. that was crazy. The infantry was attacking something here, attacking one of the units from here. I think Sir Kallalot should just make a bunch of archers. I don't see what the cavalry is supposed to add. But like, the actual big deal is that, of course, is that Sir Kallalot is up. Elephant is not stupid actually. But Sir Kallalot just needs to spend. Friendly fire. What? Interesting. Dizzy uses a attack move, attack position, or whatever I think it's attack position. Just going to make myself some tea real quick. I was making myself crepe and tea. I like how the game is getting a big chill these last minute. I really like the push from Dizzy. There was one thing though that happened because of it. It was that Dizzy kind of awoke her opponent. That's something that happened, I think. So Kallalot realized that he needed to make a bunch of army to counter what was happening. So in a sense, it also helped him. See, it's the first time that Kallalot has a reasonable bank account, basically. Yeah, just make a bunch of pikemen. It's as simple as that. You have access to the halberdier as well, actually. Get vision. Just even use the clock, actually, the bell. Nice. Touch. Not too late. I'm not sure actually. I'm not sure what this castle is supposed to be, but well, I mean, she can make trap out of it, so I guess this is the plan. She has a market, so she could make it trap, making trap. But you see, Dizzy, any of you could be winning if you were just producing villager. That makes a big difference. No, finish the trap. Okay, now go back to the castle. Well, too late. Nice. But the one problem is that this castle has higher ground, and in this game it actually means something. It also has an upgrade. Be it architecture or maybe the tech from the castle, I'm not sure. We can check that actually. Just checking. Castle. Yeah, so this one was research. I think yeah, it's this one. Oh, the Vietnamese don't have access to this one. Interesting. To architecture. Will this game ever finish? Because the problem with this game is that every time one player is kind of dominating and pressuring the opponent gets awakened and fights back, and then the momentum switches, and so on and so on. It keeps happening. So because of that, it's very difficult for either player to finish the game. It just requires so much energy. The problem, it's not just energy, it's constant energy. That's what's difficult. It's not just that you need energy, it's that you need to be constantly fighting. That was the short life of James, the one who switched to for Princess Dizzy. He changed sides, and then he was killed right at this moment. That's the fate for traitors. Clutch save by Dizzy. But you need to make more shreds. Unfortunate. Attack the castle. I think it's better to attack the castle rather than the trap. Ouch. We are 1 hour 40 minutes, and we are still at 50 villages each. It's so absurd. Attack the villages. Apparently, Princess Dizzy has researched redemption. Interesting. I can feel how tired both players are, especially Kallalot. Will you just die? Honestly, I would really hesitate to switch sides, because every time you need switch sides for Princess Dizzy, it gets killed in the next seconds. So it's probably not a great decision to do that. Yeah, you see, Dizzy, if you had more villages and more food, you could make more skirmishes, and skirmishes would really help you. No, don't give up. That was a great idea. Do it again. She was conversing the house. Yeah, few villages left for Dizzy, but she can just make more villages. That being said. So the monk opened the gate, but there's just 2 units coming, so it doesn't make a big difference. What? 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 I think Kallalot was just tired. I see no other explanation. He was exhausted. Because it was kind of a stalemate to some degree. But it's just a matter of energy. This game was so absurd. Yeah, that's true, but it's not too difficult to counter that. It's really, I'm saying it's really a matter of energy. Because technically it was a stalemate, even to the advantage of Kallalot. Leaving aside the players, because you could argue that Sir Kallalot always starts the game better, but then he doesn't have enough energy. So you can't make abstraction of who the players are. But still, yeah, it's just a matter of how much fighting spirit you have left. And Dizzy had more fighting spirit. Yeah, Dizzy was basically imposing her will onto Sir Kallalot. Sir Kallalot is just a knight. He's fighting for the crown. He's not the crown, and Dizzy is the crown. She's just the princess, but she's the governing princess, the one who actually governs. Just like in Saudi Arabia, the prince is not. It's the one actually governing the country. I think that's what's happening. And because of that, she's just projecting her will onto the opponent, and her opponent just obeys, just yields. That's what happens. So the last game is going to be on Erdoia. So that's going to be an interesting one between Hindustani and Chinese. Both civilizations have something to do against the other one. I think it's a very mixed, complex matchup, I think. So this time... No. This is rigged. This is rigged. Okay, this is actually rigged. The last time we saw a game of Eredoia with the Princess Dizzy, like I was checking on Princess Dizzy exactly to check on this. The last time we had Princess Dizzy on Eredoia, Princess Dizzy had a rigged farm. And look at this. Princess Dizzy once again has the rigged farm. That, like I think the ones who made the map, they added something on the code that if Princess Dizzy ever plays the map, she's going to get the rigged farm. I'm posting this on Discord right now. Okay, I'm going to get the game launching again. But I'm also waiting for Discord to be opened. Yeah, there we go. No! Okay. I was afraid that this villager was going to target this farm. I mean, in a sense, I hope for it because it's too funny. That's a ballsy villager. Dizzy, you need to make villages. You are never consistent with the villager production. That's a big deal. To be fair, though, I would say something. I don't think the generation is rigged in favor of your. It's a complex case. So we have. No, I didn't see this one. No, the generation is definitely. Okay, there are a lot of factors in play. I think you can say that objectively the generation is better for Circle a lot, because this one is. It's more open than this. If you compare this set of farms and this one, I think this one is a bit more exposed. I mean, I think, but it's like it's longer, so it's objective. Then we have this one though, and there is nothing similar for Dizzy. Like this is very far from her base, and this one is very exposed. This one is basically neutral. Okay, Dizzy is not making the same mistakes twice, so the first villager is going to this farm. We're going to see for the next ones. And I think this farm is actually very good, if you think about it. Okay, actually, I'm not sure. I'm not sure if it really depends on if the villager can just work on these 7 tiles, or if the villager has to circle around and get to here, which is not as bad as this. No, Dizzy, no! No! Why is the villager not working on these ones? What's happening? What? The villager is only working on the 6 tiles here. That's not what happened the previous time. You saw that? The villager walked a very tiny amount towards the palisade. Right now, the villager is working on this tile. The previous time, the villager had to circle around the palisade. But this time he can actually farm from here. I have absolutely zero idea why. Like why it's this way one time and why it's this way the other time. Maybe the admin changed something to the code. I have no idea, but this is a big deal. Like the farm is no longer rigged. It actually becomes a broken farm. And when I say broken, yeah, you see he's working on this one. I'm posting on Discord right now. Okay, sorry for the... I guess I'm too excited about this stuff. I should pay attention more to the actual game, I suppose. Not the best lure by Kallalot. Sorry it was so long. No, I actually liked it. It was very interesting to see a long disputed game, and like it was very crazy. It was actually a very good game. I really liked it. Don't be sorry. Both of you what's the word? Defeated. Dum dum. Crap. This is going to remember this. Circle a lot. Nice walling by Dizzy. He's working on this one, this tile, on this one. Okay. This
this one. He's not working on these ones right now. Okay, there we go. I have no idea how it works. So anyway, so is this going for? It seems that this is going for castle, for fast castle right now, which is not something that she has really used us to. But she can click right now. Interesting, but it makes sense on this map. And she's going to make archers. And as a matter of fact, before the Hindustanis get access to like, before the Hindustanis can make a castle, they don't have very solid options versus archers. They will be forced to use suboptimal units, basically. And it's frustrated as a Hindustani players to use scouts and skirmishers against archers, when you know that you do have the castle to produce gulams, but it's going to take so much time to make the castle, because you need a lot of gold and to sell the gold. Okay, this villager had to circle around the gold. No, you see, this farm is actually rigged. Okay, this time it's actually the opponent that's getting a rigged farm. But I think the solution in this case, well, no, it's too complicated though. But I think you'd need to have a mining camp here. You need to manage to get the villager. You need to force the villager into working from here. I hope you can see it well. Wait. I hope Dizzy can react soon enough, but yeah, that's good, but you actually need to wall. Yeah, good. Good reaction. I should have zoomed better when I made the print screen for Discord. Yeah, I'm doing it right now. I wonder if you can rebuild the farm. So by the way, Dizzy is in Castle Edge. I am hoping for Dizzy to make a TC, like here, for instance, or here. Like that would really solidify her position. It's good to make army, but you need to be able to do the two at the same time, army and economy. So you really need another TC here, because you really have the resources for it. But this is once again, this is very focused on one place. Like when this does something, she does it with all her heart. That's often the case. So right now she's all focusing here, I think. Yeah, you see? To be fair, she does make she does it's not bad because she's really aggressing her opponents and damaging the economy, so it's not like really bad, but I still hope that she's going to make a TC soon enough. Yeah, right now. You stop focusing on this. Make villagers and make TC, please. Okay, villagers, first step, and then make a TC. Nice. There you go. So Circular is also now reaching Castle Age. Going to make... So it seems that he's going for skirmishes, or maybe no, I don't think, no, they don't have elephant archers. So yeah, skirmishes, I suppose. Really great pressure from Dizzy. It's unfortunate that she... No, I was going to say something stupid.
Oh.
I was going to say here that she doesn't make a TC. I forget things. She's in a very solid position right now. And I think her opponent is very exhausted after the 2 games. And this game is already getting exhausting for Circular. Not in the same way, like game 2 was exhausting because it was long and it needed constant energy. This time it needs a reaction and he's getting pressured. But that's exhausting in its own way. And I'm not expecting Circular to get the energy back to do something. Unfortunately for Circular. Oof. That tea is really horrible. Chamomile, apple, and spices. It's bad. I'm saying tea, but in French it's called an infusion. Because it's not actual black tea or green tea. There's no tea leaves on it. No, be careful, be careful. Attack the villagers, attack the villagers. No, don't. You need to send a... Okay, good. Nice job. And the GG is called. Okay, that was that game was a bit aborted, so to speak, but... yeah. That was a short game. But honestly, excellent job from Dizzy on this game. Like, after game 2 and 1, game 1 and 2, we can see how Kallalot was Circular was sorry for Circular for having called him without the sir. I think it's very important. But anyway, I think Circular was really exhausted after game 1 and 2, and we really saw that in his play in the third game. But we didn't really see that in Princess Dizzy. Princess Dizzy always has the energy. She's always hyperactive, and she played actually very good here. The build was good. She had excellent pressure. She kept pressuring. In the same time, she managed to some degree to put his villagers in TC. So I would have liked to see it earlier, but she still managed to get it. And yeah, this game was very solid from her. And tomorrow is going to be the quarterfinals, and we're going to see Princess Dizzy in the quarterfinals. Unfortunately, I don't know her opponents. I haven't casted any game from them. So I guess I'm going to be a bit biased in the commentary and stuff because there's just one player that I actually know. But yeah. I think I'm going to cast it live while she plays, and it's going to be easy. So it's tomorrow, and it's I'm not sure what this means. I'm not sure if it means 50 GMT, 15 GMT, or if it means 15 for my own country. In which case it's 13 GMT. Okay, well, I guess I'm going to cast this one, yeah. I can't see the name of the opponents, but... I don't think I'm going to cast another game here, right here now. I think I'm a bit tired myself. But it was a very good set. I really enjoyed it. I think it was better than the second set. And we did get some chat. We got some disputed games. We got some weird stuff. We also saw some mistakes that both players can work on. So it was a very interesting set, and I'm waiting for the next one. So see you tomorrow.